Hello out there. The peace of the Lord be with you. Welcome to Pcgtv Sports Time with Jerome. My name is Jerome Ochre. We are back on your way with another exciting edition of Sports Time, and this conversation is a big one because what we're going to talk about is indeed a big issue. Big in the sense that the Ghana Football Association has decided, in fact, they recently announced an expansion of the Black Stars technical team. And the objective is basically to ensure that Ghana has the best of technical direction at this year's World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Is it going to work, or is it just another opportunity to expend thousands, if not millions, of Ghana cedis? We'll go for a short break. When we come back, I will take the scripture for the day and I'll introduce my guest. Welcome back. So, as I was telling you, we are here again on your way to discuss sporting issues. And we'll be looking at the Black Stars and the expansion of the technical team that will take the team to the World Cup. But before we go into the discussion, and I'll even introduce my guest, let's take the scripture for the day. And today, I take you to Numbers chapter 21. We are talking about the expansion of the Black Stars team, and it's about numbers. So it's only fair that we read something from the book of Numbers, written by Moses. We go to Numbers chapter 21, verses 8. Then the Lord told Moses, God was talking to Moses, make a replica of a poisonous snake and attach it to a pole. All who are bitten will live if they simply look at it. So this snake, bronze replica snake that was attached to a pole, became the source of life. Once those who had been bitten by the snake raised their heads, or is it eyes, themselves to look at the pole, they had life. Same way Jesus died on the cross to save us, and all who turn to him on the cross have life and salvation to that effect. Turn to Jesus and he will save you. We'll go for another break. When we come back, I'll introduce my guest and we'll launch into the conversation. Welcome back. So as I was telling you, it's a big conversation because we are talking about big numbers. The Black Stars technical team is usually maximum 6-7 member team, not more than that usually. Those that we see on the bench, those that we don't see are often a lot. But even then, we don't name them because they do a lot of work behind the scenes. But this one, the GFA decided recently to name an 18-man technical team to steer the affairs of the team going to the World Cup this year. And with me in the studio is someone who, when it comes to matters of the FA, is well versed in them. Well versed in them not because he works at the FA, but he actually knows them. It's not everybody who works at a place that understands what goes on there. So here with me is Sheikh Abdul Tawfiq Kadri Seinu. Sheikh, welcome.
Thank you, Jerome.
And thank you for joining me on this show to look at this big conversation. I call it big because what we're going to talk about is big in terms of numbers and in terms of the issue. Can I be led to understand why at all you think that, and when I say you, I don't mean you personally, but the FA as an institution, because you work for them, because you speak, you direct communications there, would want to name a team bigger than the number of players that play on the field for the World Cup? Why are you laughing?
I I love the angle when he said a team bigger than the number of players who start the game.
Of course.
In actual fact, we have 23 players who will go into the tournament.
Yeah, but only 11 start.
Yes. Well, there's a reason for every action.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I think, let me create this scenario. My son is going to write the SSC, and that is going to be the biggest examination hurdle in his life. So despite going to school, passing the BEC, going to the SSS, writing termly exams and passing, I still want him to be better than the way he performed in school. So I hire extra classes coaches for him, teachers for him. Mathematics, English, science, history, economics, geography. I give him extra teachers for every subject, just to get him prepare better for the examination.
But in most instances, so I mean, you're a teacher, you're a trained teacher. In most instances, you take an all-subject teacher a teacher who can teach multiple subjects, and not hire or go in for multiple teachers
that
because your teacher.
Be bad, especially when you want to manage cost.
Okay.
It wouldn't be bad, but when you want to go in for efficiency and effectiveness, you do division of labor, where you go in for specialists who have specialized in certain areas or in the subject areas that they are going to teach, and that will really help. You understand? So, and that's exactly what the Ghana Football Association has done for the Black Stars. Behind every action, there is a reaction. You understand? There is something that happened to trigger what we are seeing today. When we went to the World Cup in 2022, we strengthened the backroom staff.
But
it was not announced.
Yeah, so why did you choose to announce it this time?
So it feeds into our policy of transparency.
Openness.
Openness.
But if we also get to know too much, sometimes we begin to ask a lot of questions.
Yes, but it is still good for us. Okay. Because when the questions come, we will answer and people will have an open mind.
Then let me ask you more questions on the team itself. I mean, you have...
I was even going to add something to my introductory remarks.
Okay, then finish that before we go into that.
You know, when the new government came to power, the NDC government, the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, announced that every budget of the Black Stars will be made public.
Yes, I remember.
There were some people who were not happy.
Well, I don't know about them because almost everybody I heard.
No, I'm talking about within
the FA,
the football family.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
But I was happy. You know why?
No, tell me.
I those who expressed,
dissatisfaction with the announcement.
That look, it is good for us, in the sense that when we present 1,000 cedis budget, the whole world will know that we presented 1,000 cedis. If at the end of the day it becomes 2,000, it is not our problem.
Because you have done your part.
We have done our part. Whoever made it 2,000 will explain.
Yeah.
So it's good for us.
Rather than the previous situation where everybody thinks is the GFA that...
Exactly. And then you hear that it's 9,000, it's 11,000, it's 6,000. And you don't get the right figure. Everybody thinks that he's an authority on the matter and mentioning figures as if he was the one who did the budget.
And the sad part is a budget you submit to the government. The government approves or, reworks the budget. The government decides how to spend. Unfortunately, and I'm laughing because I know this thing very well, people will still tag the FA.
We'll be the ones to receive the slaps. Yes. And just because we have decided not to talk about it. For example, and this is a clear practice everywhere.
Yeah.
Jerome, if you present a budget, so let's take for instance, we are going to the AFCON in 2023. the GFA presents, this is a hypothesis.
Yeah.
The GFA presents a budget of $1.8 million, or say $2.3 million, for the entirety of the tournament, from training camp to the tournament, from the start to finish, 2.8. Then the government comes to announce 8.5, 8.6, 8.2. Yet we are quiet. And the government is justified in the announcement because supporters will go. It is a state, and it is part of that budget. Journalists will go. It is the state. It is part of that budget. You understand? Then state organizations, parliament, Flagstaff House, blah, blah, blah. You know, all these people will go, and it will be part of the budget. However, it will not be detached from the amount that the FA presented.
Shouldn't it be detached, given the backlash the FA faces?
We would have loved it that way, but we have presented a budget, and whether the budget that the FA presented has been approved or not, we don't know, because we don't spend. We give the budget to the ministry, and the purse holder, which is the accountant of the ministry, will go with us. If we will buy banana, he will go and buy it and bring it. If he will buy plaster, he will go and buy it and bring it. If we will buy paracetamol, he will go and buy it and bring it.
I am laughing because when you mentioned purse holder, my mind went to the last World Cup budget, where the purse holder, according to the figures we saw.
With this style that the government now announces what the GFA presents,
it takes you away from
that pressure.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, people will get to know, oh, they said the GFA they call a crown. You understand? Okay. So we are safe. So for transparency, it is part of, you know, the FA's policies now. And whatever we do, we make it transparent.
You know, I wrote about this Ghana's 18-man squad, technical team for 2026 World Cup. And I think I disappointed some of my friends. Someone read it and told me, Jerome, you of all people saying we should give the GFA the benefit of the doubt.
I think I read that article. Yes. I read it, yes.
The person said, is it because now you are going to be an Osofu, so you are more or less quenching your fire?
You don't want to be critical.
And I said, oh, really? No. But here is my argument, that I don't like the fact that Kurt has been in charge of Black Stars and we are not winning. AFCON, we are not qualifying. We are not winning matches even when we qualify. Yes, the World Cup, we made some good efforts at winning. We beat South Korea. We couldn't really get to where we wanted to get to. I see in this, and this is me being very honest with you on this squad, I see in this squad, the idea behind it, an attempt or a desire by the FA to say, you know what, we really want the best for the team. And we think this is what we can do to get the best for the team. And that's why I'm saying, against all the criticisms in the past, still give them the benefit of the doubt, because whether you like it or not, they are those in charge.
Okay, so
shouldn't that be the argument? Shouldn't the public, shouldn't the Ghanaian fan give the FA the benefit of the doubt?
I think there is a certain trend in this country, even though it is gradually changing now, but that has been the status quo. That whatever the FA does, let's hit hard at it.
Yeah.
Let's criticize it. Whether it is good or bad, don't look at it.
I don't come from that school of thought.
I understand you.
Yeah.
I understand you. But that has been the status quo. And in fact, those who will see the objective side of it and try to analyze the situation objectively, just like the call you had.
Yeah.
You are four people.
You are four people.
You understand? So everybody is expecting that you go hard.
No, but you can't go hard if the guns are soft.
if you look at the staff, the backroom staff of the Blasters, it's a team of division of labor.
Yeah, we are going to look into those divisions. In fact, when we come back, we're going to show you a picture of the entire squad as the GFA named it. Short break and we'll be back soon. So welcome back. This is Pcgtv Sports Time with Jerome. My guest in the studio is Sheikh Abdul Tawfiq, or Sheikh Tawfiq Abdul Kadri. He is from the Ghana Football Association, Communications Director, Deputy Communications Director, one man who writes, teaches, coaches. He does a lot in the area of football and in general life. We are talking about the Black Stars expanded technical team, Ghana's 18-man team to the World Cup. Not the players, the technical team. And as you can see on your screen, it's going to be led by the coach, Otto Addo. It has as its technical advisor Winfred Anton Schaefer. Then assistant coach number 1, John Pencil. We have Kim Lasbroken. And I have a question there. Assistant coach, we have Fatau Dada, goalkeepers coach, Gregory D. Grawe, video analyst. Issa Madu, my own Issa Madu. And look, I am so happy. I'm so happy Issa was made part of this team. I'll tell you why. And then Carlos Lozano Romero, team physiotherapist. We have Chris Pekwai. Is it Pekwai? Psychologist. Bonsu Derek Kwame, physical trainer. Aminu Shadow, one of the finest guys in the FA setup, especially the Black Stars, team manager. We always have our disagreements, but always a useful conversation with him. We have Dwayne Piasa Parkwesi. He's a performance coach. We have Abdul Rahman Al-Hassa, team doctor. Awal Karim Salifu, team doctor. Dr. Prince Pambo. Everybody knows him. Dr. Prince Pambo. He's also a team doctor. Jose Daniel Martinez Alfonso is an assistant coach and video analyst. And the last but one, Arlen Ravera, assistant coach. And Desmond Ofer, also an assistant coach. Sheikh, what went into this selection? I know some of them were already in the team, like the team manager, the equipment, the team doctor, Schaefer himself, the technical advisor. But let's look at it broadly before we take them individually. What went into the selection?
Okay, so specialization is very key.
Okay.
The areas that they have specialized, and we are going to the World Cup, where we are going to compete with virtually or the best countries in the world when it comes to football. So we need to prepare and prepare very well. It must be a World Cup standard preparation that we have to do. Now, Jerome, in 2024, something happened. And if I want to take us even back small, as a Muslim, I believe in divine favor from the Almighty. I believe in divinity. Kwasi Nyantakyi, as a GFA president, took us through a certain journey. All over the country, we all came into a conclusion that Kwasi has done nothing for Ghana football.
Are you sure all of us did?
Yes. Well,
or most people did?
Majority.
Okay.
Leading to the expose. And look at how people actually jubilated on the misfortune of Kwasi Nyantakyi.
Yeah, some people celebrated. Yeah.
I wrote an article. At that time, I was not working for the FA. And I said that this will be a curse on our football. What did we see? The first tournament that we went after Kwasi was 2019 in Egypt. We exited the competition at the round of 16.
Yeah.
The second tournament was 2021 in Cameroon. We exited at the group stage. The third was in Cote d'Ivoire. We exited at the group stage. And look at the circumstances. We played against Cape Verde.
Yeah.
They took the lead, we equalized. We were playing better, getting closer to, like, getting the winner. Then Cape Verde broke the decision and then they scored. Then we came against Egypt. We scored 2. Everything was flying for Ghana. Suddenly we saw our own players taking the ball to our goal area for Egypt to take and score. We played against Mozambique, a game that we have won. The ball is going over the line Our own goalkeeper went to bring it back. God is sending us a message, but we are not seeing it yet. We think that we have to blame somebody. So let's look for Kurt and blame him. Let's demonstrate against football and all those things. I'll come to, I'm trying to give a clear picture. Then it got to 2025, we didn't qualify at all.
Yeah.
And what it means is that Kwasi Nyantakyi took us to the semi-finals of, apart from 2006, 2008, 2010, 2012, 2013, 2015, 2017. 6 AFCONs, all we got to the semi-finals.
That's an incredible record.
And we had our own colleague journalists who would sit on set and tell the whole Ghanaians, semi-finals, AFCON. You understand? We simplified and made it look like the semi-final was a birthright.
Yes.
Okay, so God is telling you, you get to round of 16, I'll bring you home. You get to the group stage, I'll bring you home. Okay, I will take you to a certain point that you will not qualify at all. So that when you qualify, you will begin to appreciate the people who qualified you. You
know, as someone in the faith, I mean not Islam, but in the Christian faith, I also believe in divinity. I believe in the hand of God. I believe that God actually punishes us.
Yes.
If you read the Bible very well. In fact, the text with which I started this show, the Israelites had become very difficult people, complaining even when the presence of God was there.
Yes.
They overlooked it. And in the text I read, snakes bit them. And then they realized that, oh God, we have sinned, forgive us. They went to Moses and prayed. And I mean, Moses prayed. God heard their prayer and said, okay, make this replica snake. Anyone who looks at it will have life, will be saved. So I believe in the sort of narrative you have given. But the question I want to put to you then is, that's divine issues. This is leadership. Kurt is in charge or has been in charge of football from 2019. So if things don't go well under his stewardship or during his stewardship in the last 6-7 years, you have to put the blame squarely at his feet.
Absolutely. But you see, we must not, and I repeat, we must not forget the hand of God in whatever we do.
Okay.
The moment we forget that and think that it is the might of a human being, it becomes problematic. That's
also an agreed or a statement. But then let's then narrow it or link it to the topic for discussion.
Yeah, so in linking it to the whole thing that we are discussing, the general point I want to make is that let's appreciate where we are coming from.
Okay.
Where are we coming from? In 2024, we went winless in all the AFCON qualifiers. We didn't win a game.
Yeah.
And look,
that was
Jerome,
painful.
I'm saying that for those who are spiritually strong, they should have a conversation with God. He will tell them that he taught us a lesson. I'm telling you.
We seem to have undervalued what it meant.
We played
to qualify for the World Cup.
Qualifiers in the AFCON. We didn't win a single game.
Even including
and look at the
home
countries
matches
that
in
we
Accra.
played against.
Yeah.
Niger.
No disrespect to them.
Sudan. Angola. Even at home, we played against Niger and we lost.
Yeah. And even at home, Sudan held us.
Look at the chance we created against Sudan.
Yeah.
The ball is entering the net. Kudus went and brought the ball back.
A goal-bound shot. In fact, a goal-bound ball.
You understand?
The ball was virtually in the net.
Look, so for me, when I sat down and went into the other world small, and meditated, I knew the message.
Okay.
Now,
so having received that message, how do we link it to this 18-man?
So here was the solution. When that happened, trust me, and I'm not saying this alone, we at the FA had a meeting. From the president to everybody who matters most when it comes to national team football, to look at how we can solve the problem. Those of us who believe in spirituality told the president that, look, we must not just sleep. We have to also pray. You are a Christian. Organize your Christian soldiers. Pray. Those of us who are Muslims, we organize our soldiers, we will pray. God will listen to us. And in that, we had directions. So you realize that the entire management team of the Black Stars was changed.
Yeah.
At that time, it was led by Makado.
Yeah.
Kwesi Ajimai. Alhaji Gruza was part. Kenneth Damar was part. Sekins was part.
Samuel Osekufo was part, yeah.
Completely changed. And a new one was put in place. Dr. Randiabi, Stephen Appiah, Qatar,
Media Man.
Dr. Century, and then Moses
Parker. Yeah.
Then the technical team, we strengthened it. And what did we see in 2025?
Qualify for the World Cup?
Without losing a single game.
Okay.
So from
I think you are building a solid argument there, yes. But I still want to, maybe I'm left to have the sucker punch from you, the punch that says this is it. I'm not getting the picture clearly.
So the picture is that because we didn't win any game in 2024, certain decisions were taken.
There was a need to revolutionize
and when those decisions were taken,
system.
In 2025, we did not lose a single competitive game.
Because of the changes you made?
Because of the changes we made.
Okay. Okay.
Now, we've been able to qualify for the World Cup, and we are now moving to the World Cup stage. And we have experimented certain changes that have given us results in 2025. So it is just a matter of consolidating what we did in 2025 for the World Cup in 2026.
The World Cup is just about 4 months away.
Yes.
And if you look at the teams Ghana have been paired with, the countries, we have England, Panama, and Croatia. Do you think this technical team has what it takes to map up, strategies to overcome? Because whether we win or lose, whatever it is, we must beat these teams to get to the next stage. Yes. Do they have what it takes? And so let's present this generally. Then we'll come to specifics. I have some specific questions on some of the people in there. But do they have what it takes? I don't know Panama so well. The moment the mention of Panama comes to mind is the Panama Canal I think of. When it's Croatia, if it's not their checkered jersey, and their jersey looks very much like, on a lighter note, looks like the Women's Fellowship of our church.
Okay.
They have that checkered
box.
red box.
The same colors.
Exactly. And when it's about England is, whether we like it or not, they have the best Premier League in the world, and they have some very good players. At the World Cup level, not until recently, England hasn't really done anything worthy of praise. Do you think that this technical team the GFA has put up has what it takes to overpower these countries?
Yes, they have.
Okay. Then if they do, then let's go in there. Let me start with Otoado. Otoado hasn't convinced Ghanaians yet that he really has what it takes to coach the Black Stars.
Even after qualifying for the World Cup.
Yes.
By winning 8 out of the 10 games.
I don't think he has convinced everyone, including myself.
Okay.
I think he has a fair knowledge of the team. He has a fair knowledge of what he wants to do, but the cutting edge is not as sharp as it has to be. What's going to change with Otoado leading this team?
Okay, so there's a saying in Akana, and I quote, and I'm not doing saying quite. Too much meat does not spoil soup.
But I'm not doing the inquiry. We bet my say no.
They were money picket.
Sheikh Tawfiq is so interested. Okay, so
now the Otto who led the team to qualify for the World Cup is going to have more minds that will be able to liberate him from the work that he's going to do and the challenges that he's going to go through. Now he's going to have coaches who will be able to spy on his opponents, scout them, bring notes for him to know the strengths and weaknesses of the opponents that he's going to play. He's going to have coaches who will be able to give him analysis of the individual players of his opponents.
Okay.
And like I said earlier, look, opponent analysis is extremely important when you want to be a successful coach. I will use Pep Guardiola as an example. Guardiola has about a 26-man technical team. 26. And in there, he has about 6 opponent analysts. At the World Cup in 2022, I saw something special about the Morocco team.
Tell me, what was it?
Morocco had 22 video analysts for the team. 22.
Isn't that the norm? I mean, I know, for instance, Brazil comes to the World Cup with a contingent. I'm not talking about players. The technical setup alone. The last time I checked, about 48.
Yes.
Isn't that the norm at the World Cup?
So what it means is that they see the World Cup to be a bigger competition, and you need bigger preparations to be able to conquer the world if you want to go forward.
Pause there. You need bigger preparations. We are going to look at this big team in detail when we come back. We'll go for a short break. Welcome back. So in the studio with me is Sheikh Taufik, Deputy Communications Director from the Ghana Football Association, looking at the expanded Black Stars team. And he's telling me that the World Cup is big. Yes, agreed. It's now going to be 48 teams for the first time since the World Cup started in 1930. And Ghana, for the first time, this is going to be the biggest technical setup, at least publicly announced, that we are taking to the World Cup. Now, Sheikh, we've looked at Otoado. The crux of your argument, as I listen to you on Otoado, is that he may have learned over the years. He's been in charge of this team. I mean, he came in 2022 and then left briefly and came back. So the point I'm getting from your argument is that he's learning, and he's learned enough. And with the support he has now, he'll be better.
And just like the analysis I did earlier when I was looking at how Ghana failed to qualify for some certain tournaments and now come back to qualify, it's the same thing applies to Otoado.
Okay.
When he took us to the World Cup for the first time in 2022, he won 1 game.
Yeah.
Previously, our previous World Cup, which was the last World Cup we went, was in 2014. We went to the World Cup, we did not win a game, we drew.
Yeah.
So we win a game here, which is an addition or an improvement of over.
A build-up.
So the expectation is that we are going to win 2 matches.
Which automatically will send us to the next stage.
You understand?
Okay.
And again, you have a coach who went to the World Cup, and he has learned. There are certain lessons that he may not tell you, but he has learned.
Of course, he won't tell me.
You
he doesn't have to tell me.
Look, in the game against Uruguay, our last group game, I saw something in the game. I rushed to Chris Hutton, who was sitting very high up where I was sitting. And I prompted him. I said, Coach, A, B, C, D, what do you think about it? He said, yes, you are right. So quickly, they communicated to the bench. And changes were made. And instantly, it gave our team stability. It was just a shift in positional play of the players. In all the matches that we have played, Kudus playing behind the number 9 was scoring goals. But against Uruguay, we saw Kudus playing on the line. And it was not giving us...
Yeah, it wasn't.
So
anyway,
quickly when they changed it and brought him there and put Inaki there, things began to change. So what the point I'm making is that all these things are learning curves for them. And he's gone through it. And these are also minds that are coming on board, very knowledgeable, they understand the game, and they'll be able to add to what he has.
So in terms of understanding the game and knowledgeable, no doubt, one of the most experienced on the bench is Schaefer, Winfred Schaefer, an AFCON winner. Here, his designation is technical advisor. Some have said that if he's good enough to be technical advisor, why not make him the head coach with Otoado as deputy?
Okay, so the roles are different. If you are the head coach, you control the ship. You are the captain of the ship. And it is your direction that the ship goes. But we believe in the direction of Otoado. We believe in the direction of Otoado. And we don't think that we need to change that direction. We need to keep the direction, but reinforce it with more minds to get to where we want to get to.
Sheikh is a teacher, and you should see how he's taking his time to explain these things. It reminds me of something very interesting in the Bible when Paul was preaching, and is it Felix? Felix said, do you think with what you are saying you can convince me to be a Christian? And Paul said, short time or long time, all I want is that you become like me without a change. I think you are trying to get me to understand what you are saying. I don't know if my viewers are getting the same point, but Sheikh is really breaking down the issues. Let's go to John Pencil, one of our own who played very well, but in terms of coaching, despite the fact that he's been at some good places, including Kaizer Chiefs, not many Ghanaians have confidence in him. What's Pencil going to add to this team?
Okay, so for those of us who understand a bit of coaching and tactics, football coaching is not extraordinary.
Okay.
The experiences you see at the coach level are the same experiences you see at the senior level.
How?
Okay. It's the environment and how you build upon what you are learning. For example, ball control. The exercises or the training sessions that you do at the coach level, under 10 level or under 15 level, is not different from what you learn at the Blasters level. No. The only thing you need to understand is the psychology of the environment and how to live within it.
Yeah.
The pressure it comes with.
Well, passing is passing. It doesn't change.
Passing.
Okay.
Crossing is crossing. Dribbling is dribbling. It doesn't change. It's the same everywhere. But how and when you apply it are the times that are very important. You understand? So look, Jerome, if John Pencil were to be from any other part of the world, especially in the Western world, maybe they would have worshipped him.
Well, the Bible says that the prophet is not, has no honor in his own.
Apart from Andre Ayew, Pencil is the second most capped player in Ghana. Pencil went to the 2006 World Cup, the 2010 World Cup, and I think, so 2010 and 2006, he went to 2 World Cups and went to about 5 AFCONs.
It doesn't look like Ghanaians value caps and whatever.
This is a player, one of the few Ghanaian players to have played for 3 different clubs in the English Premier League. Fulham, West Ham, Leicester.
Yeah.
This is a player, even when he was playing, I spoke to Steve Kopfela.
Yeah, of South
and you know,
Africa.
when it comes to coaching and understanding the game, Kopfela is referred to as the professor.
No,
in South Africa.
He's unquestionably one of the finest coaches
I
South
spoke
Africa
to Kopfela.
has
I said,
produced.
how come you appointed John Pencil as your assistant even when he was still playing active football? He said, look, the guy is naturally a coach. When I was a coach for Marisbeck, before I get to the training grounds, John Pencil has arranged cones. The only thing is that he needs to know what I want to do for the day. Before I get there, he would have prepared the entire team.
Interesting.
I go straight into training. It's the reason why he took him to Kaizer Chiefs as his assistant coach. The guy has something in him.
So your point is that he has the experience to
exactly that we need
help
to
us.
we need and you see, he has the license B coaching course certificate. He's now going to do his A. As a country, and with the legendary status that he has, what are we doing to help him? We need to be able to help groom him up there. One for the future. We need not to throw him out.
I get it. That's solid. What about this? And I've heard some of our colleagues, and now more or less I've left the sports media industry. Going into ministerial work a lot of the time. But some of our colleagues, and I'm saying this because I felt like, hey, I'm not part of them. But then some of our colleagues, female journalists, female sports journalists especially, I've heard some of them talking about drafting of the Black Queens coach, Kim Lasbrookane, or I hope Jockerine. Oh, sorry. They are wondering that, look, you brought in this man to coach the Black Queens. Yes, we appreciate he's good. He's shaping the team. He's doing some good work for the team. Why not allow him to focus on his Queens? But we are taking him to the Stars. And the Stars, as we know, haven't really shown well. If care is not taken, the Stars will not shine, and you go and create problems for him there.
No problem will be created.
Okay.
When we brought in Nora Hoptel, she came as a technical advisor for the Black Queens.
That one we don't really know.
At that time, it was Messi Togo who was the head coach.
Okay.
So she came as a technical advisor. They went to the tournament in Cote d'Ivoire, the Wafu tournament. We won it. When we came back, the FA realized that, look, she has something that we need in order to make our Black Queens different from the way we see it. The government said there was no money to hire an expatriate for the Black Queens. The FA insisted, so eventually we had to pay her.
Oh, really?
Yes, so for the 2 years and a half that she spent with the Black Queens, it was the GFA that was paying her salaries.
Nora was paid by the FA?
By the FA.
I think sometimes you don't share these stories, and it got to a point you couldn't pay and she left.
Okay, so with what she did, she felt that
she needed more.
She needed more.
No.
And we couldn't.
But she hadn't done anything we hadn't done before.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
So that was the point of
much as I appreciate. Yeah, much as I appreciate that she came to lift us. I mean, what she was trying to make us understand. I mean, the Black Queens have been to the World Cup before. It's not like anyway.
So with Las, Las came, took over from Nora, and was able to continue from there, and even get the team to do better, you know, under him. Now, Jerome, one thing we need to understand is that when it comes to coaching, what the coaches understand are not entirely different, but the application. Because they do the same courses, they learn the same thing, but how you apply it on the field makes the difference.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So what he has as the head coach of the Black Queens and how he applies it may be different from Otto. So being there with the Black Stars, he will pick one or two things from the Black Stars technical team, add up to his, support the Black Queens. He will also bring one or two things on board that will also be able to help. And again, when it comes to watching our opponents, scouting them, looking at how we have to approach them and all those things, he will play a very key role in all those situations.
But let's, okay, so Fatah Udauda, no surprises. I think that he has been part of the team, cutting his teeth very well. He didn't want to go to Sudan, so he left Kwesi Appiah when this job offer came. He just picked it up. The video analyst Gregory, well, we don't know him too well. I don't know him too well, but there's somebody, and we are going to talk about the video analyst. I'll come to that, but I want to jump Gregory and go to Issa Madu. Issa Madu has been part of the team since when? Like 2 years now.
When we returned from Cote d'Ivoire in 2023, when the reshuffle was done. Okay. So Otto's second coming.
Oh, he came with him. You know, I'll offer a personal view on this. And you know, sometimes this job, we try not to be partial, but there comes a time where, look, you can't put relationship aside. I love the fact that Issa is part of this team. Not because I know him and I've worked with him at Kotoko for a long time and all that. I think he's one of the most dedicated football people I've seen around in the local scene.
So let me take you again into the spiritual world.
Hey, Sheikh.
Yes.
What has spirits got to do with this?
You see, it's because I'm on a spiritual platform.
Yeah,
that's
but I want us to focus on.
I know you will understand me better.
This is a technical subject. I want us to stick to it.
But it has an element of that. You know, when you are chewing granite, and one of the granites is rotten.
Yeah, it spoils
the entire granite.
Yeah, sometimes it can even disturb your teeth. That you want to put everything away.
Yes. the same thing applies. That as human beings, you can have just one person whose light will shine brighter, and it will become a light for all the others to locate their way.
Well, the Bible says that Jesus, God, lights our path. Jesus is the ultimate light.
Yes.
We'll go for a break. On that spiritual note Sheikh is taking us, we'll go for a break. And when we come back, Christ being the light for our path, we'll continue the show. Welcome back. So before the show, did I say before the show? Before the break, Sheikh was taking us on a spiritual journey, trying to talk about light and all that. On Pcgtv, we say in thy light, there is light. So I wanted to stop him there, so we stick to the technical matters. But you still believe that Isa has a certain light around him.
Okay, so
that will shine the path of the black stars in terms of what he does.
The Quran says, La in shakartum la azidannakum.
What's the meaning of that?
That if you thank me, if you show appreciation, I will add more to whatever I have given you. And that's what Allah is saying.
And what has that got to do with the equipment officer of the Black Stars?
Just like you said, there is no equipment officer in this country who has worked with a club as long as Isa has done.
Oh, of course. And it's not just the length of his work, it's the dedication, how he sacrifices.
Now listen to something.
To work.
The Black Stars job is seen as many as a reward.
Of course it
for
is.
Hard work.
Yeah, it is. And that's why I'm happy wherever the GFA president is, I commend him for bringing Isa on board. And I'm sorry, maybe it will sound or appear as if because I'm a Kotoko person and I know him from Kotoko and all that, that's why I'm saying this. No, Isa's dedication deserves a reward like this.
So, rewarding Isa's dedication and bringing him on board with the Black Stars job is a justification of the fact that we appreciate what he has done for football in this country.
Okay. And as that brings luck, or he brings his quality at that level.
Joy. The joy he gets alone is a blessing for the team.
I agree with you on that. Okay, so let's keep all these white guys, and no disrespect to them, but we'll look at them and go deep into Desmond Ofair. We thought he was the standalone assistant coach, but now he's going to be part of 4. What role then has Desmond to play if there are 3 other guys who can play his role?
Okay, so there are going to be specific rules for all the assistant coaches.
Okay.
Each assistant coach will have a specific role to play.
Like
now,
scouting of opponents.
There will be a defenders coach. There will be a midfielders coach. There will be an attackers coach. And there will be the general coach who will look at all the elements and put them together. You understand?
Yeah.
There will be a transition coach. And for me, they are the coaches of the moment now, transitional coaches. Coaches who take advantage of transitions, and in a twinkle of an eye, you see them score. Like Lai Kingston.
Yeah.
Lai is a transitional coach.
Okay.
So even though I'm not an on-field coach, when I discuss football with Lai Kingston, he tells me that he fears me because I understand him. I watched Inter Milan versus PSG in the Champions League final. Under 15 minutes, then I called Lai. I said, Lai, I'm seeing your replica in the game. Watch Luis Enrique very well. Watch him. You are just like him. He said, Sheikh, how did you know? I said, look, he's a transitional coach. He's not playing. He's relaxed. But anytime he breaks on the transition, he scores. By the end of the game, he had scored 5. So transitional coaches today are the modern coaches.
Talking about transitions and the sort of coaches
and
we
all
have.
Those coaches will be part of the technical team.
Yeah. Okay, so that's why. So I get the impression that Desmond belongs to that class.
Yes.
Okay, great. So with that said on the assistant coaches and some of the other individuals I've mentioned, one block, and I know that's your expertise, is the video analyst. Yeah, I know this is a very sophisticated competition in the sense that a lot of the teams will come with a lot of these guys, and they are going to do the work behind the screens as the coaches sit on the grass. Do these guys come at a level where you think they have the capacity to push Ghana?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, a lot of people do not understand the role of the video analysts in the team.
We think they watch the screens and just point out the holes in the opponent's team.
It goes beyond that.
Okay.
Now, the video analyst is actually the broader eye of the coach on the team. It's the broader eye of the coach. Look, the video analyst will be able to tell you that considering the age of this player, and this is science, considering the age of this player and the number of years that he has played football consistently, if you attack him this way, he will fumble.
The video analysts talk about ages?
Yes.
Oh, okay. My mind has never gone to that.
Video analysts even go beyond to try to read the psychology of a player coming into a game.
They don't do that with video analysis.
They do. It doesn't come public for people to see. In fact, the video analyst can even use a ball boy to help a team to win a game. For example, you know a player like Pepe, you know a player like this Emmanuel Amankwa, the House of Folk player who got red card. You know a player like Sergio Ramos. They are very temperamental. Yeah. They are losing a game, or they want to win a game at all costs.
A little frustration, and you
get
frustration.
Okay. And you.
But that's crude, isn't it?
No, it's part of the game.
It's part of the game.
We call it. Okay, so it's tactics.
Yeah, but
it's a broad strategy.
But isn't it crude? Let me give you this example. There's a former footballer I know who another former player told me. We met somewhere and he said, by accident, we found ourselves at a place and we were talking about our days at Kotoko, and this guy says, look, I never liked him when he was playing against me. I said, why? He said, he'll provoke you to make mistakes. And I'm saying that is crude.
When I was playing Coast, Sani Dendem, and Rochester, may his soul rest in peace. I was very smallish, but very intelligent. So he calls me Tenny, brah. You see, they are number 5. He's very temperamental. So when we get a throw in, stand in front of him and press his balls.
But you see, everything I'm saying
affirms. But that's a strategy.
No,
that is a tactic.
It's a crude. It's a very crude strategy.
It's the game.
FIFA says okay, it's the game, but FIFA says fair play.
But FIFA did not see that. You will not see it. You do it in such a way that nobody sees it. You understand? So video analysis, in actual fact, is a very broad thing for the coaches. It helps them.
I think you've taken me to another level of understanding what video analysts do. They just don't analyze the films
at all.
and the footages.
The video analyst will give you the speed at which a player travels in a split second, in maybe 30 seconds, how quick the player can go. And that gives you the level of energy. So when you are playing against such a player, you know that if I am to play with him within this particular time, he will have the energy to fight me. So I have to push him beyond that to be able to get his weakness and get the goals that I want.
That's great. So we wish these video analysts well. They should be able to analyze the Black Stars well and bring out the best of information to help the coaches. Let's look at one more block before we go to the last one. The doctors, crucial.
Extremely.
So there are, as for Dr. Prince Pambo, who doesn't know him, an international one, of course, works with CAF, works with FIFA. He's helped Ghana in many ways. But I haven't heard of Dr. Abdul Rahman Al Hassan and the other colleague. I know the face, Awal Karim Salifu.
Awal is a video analyst.
As well as a team doctor.
Let me see.
Well, on the flyer, maybe it's an error.
It could be.
They may have to check.
Awal is a video analyst.
Yeah, they said team doctor.
When you look at the medical aspect of it, Jerome, to be very honest with you, every country that goes to the World Cup, their medical team is bigger than all the aspects.
Of course, health is everything. I mean, without health, how can you run? How can you?
And you see, I told you that Morocco had 22 video analysts for their team. In fact, each player had a video analyst. Each player. They got to the semi-finals of the competition. I'm not saying that's the only reason why they got. It tells you how.
Trust me, if Ghana dares do this, the public will go screaming at the FA.
But Morocco, they had one fully medical doctor, a full physiotherapist, for each player.
That's huge.
Yes.
But they have money more than us, don't they?
If you come to Ghana, when the Black Stars have an assignment and you go to the medical room of the team, you feel pity for SK.
Yeah, I know.
You have to work overnight without stopping because you have to attend to each and every player.
I know.
And you are going to the World Cup where optimum performance is expected.
And these are international stars.
So you need an expansive medical team that will be able to attend to every player to get them ready for games.
Going by that argument, then our technical team is not expansive enough.
It's still too small. But we are managing. We are trying to work within our means.
Okay.
We are trying to work within our means. But if we are to go into it, like you mentioned Brazil, that comes with over 40.
Yeah.
Out of the 40 that Brazil will come to the World Cup with, they have about maybe 5 or 6 medical doctors. They have about 14 physiotherapists.
Okay. Who is a performance coach? I thought coaches are coaches.
No.
So on the list we had the Piasa Pakwesi as performance coach. Who is he?
Okay, so he's based in the UK. He's a Ghanaian, but he's based in the UK. So the performance coaches, they look at the rate at which the players play, within what space.
Okay.
And the environment they give better results and environment they give lesser results.
Okay.
So they will be able to help you identify all these things and get the optimum performance from the player.
Okay.
You understand? So they study the performance of the player in games. You know, with technology.
Okay.
They'll be able to tell you that the player was able to run 9.2 seconds in maybe 2 minutes or in 1 minute, and so you'll be able to know which player is the fastest in my team, who is the slowest, and who does what at what point.
I get it. Let's look at the psychologists. I thought Professor Minta and co have been around. Why would we go outside the borders for a team psychologist?
Well, I think this is World Cup specific.
Oh, okay. World Cup specific. Okay, great.
To be honest with you, today or now, Professor Minta is overloaded.
All the national teams under his care.
As the technical director of the FA, all the contents that coaches need to learn, he's the one developing them.
Well,
together with Prosper Nate Ogum, who is the coach educator
of
the head of coach.
He can be added to this. I agree.
If you put him there, you worry our technical system.
Amongst them all is my friend Aminu Shado, and let me pass this joke. Even if he doesn't like anybody in this thing, you shouldn't go and talk about it. like he spoke about Chris Hilton and all that. But Shadow, whether we like it or not, there's one thing I like about his appointment. Even though I thought the FA could have just put it out there. You are in charge. There's nothing anybody can do to you. But the way he came in and there wasn't a proper confirmation until sometime later, for me was problematic. But what I like about this, is his presence in the Black Stars so far, is the faith Ket has kept with him. And it's something I like about the FA president. When he keeps faith in you, forget it. No matter what the critics will say, you'll be there. How important is his role in this whole setup?
Sometimes I feel pity for Aminu.
How? Very passionate too about his work.
When it is the Black Stars period, I think that he becomes the workaholic staff in the team.
Yeah.
Arrival of players, arrangement of their tickets. He works hand in hand with the national teams department, picking them to the hotels, making sure players are comfortable, conversations with players, when are they arriving, so he does a lot.
I get it.
So let's say he is the administrator of the Black Stars. Everything administrative, he does it. Player lineups, going to play games, substitutions, everything.
If you get to understand his work, you get to know why Kurt won't go for anybody, but someone he trusts.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes we criticize these things without understanding what goes behind them, what goes into the decision making. I think if you haven't learned anything at all, you have had an idea of why the Ghana Football Association decided to put out this squad. Sheikh Abdul Tawfiq, Deputy Communications Director for the Ghana Football Association, has attempted, in fact, he has done well, by explaining why this team was put up. And we at Pcgtv can only wish the Black Stars well. Indeed, if it goes well for the Black Stars, who wouldn't be happy? All of us will be happy. We wish the GFA and the Black Stars, the coaches and everyone, the best of luck. Sheikh, thank you very much for honoring our invitation. We are hopefully going to come back to you. There's a topic I haven't discussed with you, but I've told you, we'll come back for a full conversation on the GFA's Catch Them Young policy. It's one brilliant policy.
There's another coming. Catch Them Young coaching policy.
We'll wait for that. Until then, this has been Sports Time with Jerome on Pcgtv, where we say, in thy light, there is light. Goodbye.